We're going back over 11,000 years. Before the wheel, before writing, before farming even existed. Ancient builders carved something that looks exactly like a modern handbag into 20-ton stone pillars. But here's the impossible part. The exact same handbag appears in the hands of gods in Mesopotamia, kings in Mexico, and even the isolated Maori of New Zealand. How is this possible? Certain mysteries, like that of the enigmatic handbag motif, not only transcend time and space, but also remain shrouded in unanswered questions. This intriguing symbol, consistently appearing in ancient carvings across vastly separated civilizations, bears a striking resemblance to modern handbags. Yet, its true meaning and purpose continue to elude us. Some have proposed that this odd phenomenon can be explained through the ancient astronaut theory. That travelers from other worlds gave ancient cultures access to futuristic creations and advanced engineering. Skeptics, however, have sought more rational explanations for why contemporary-looking handbags appear in ancient carvings from around the world. The handbag motif, characterized by its distinctive T-shape and central handle, first drew significant attention in the 19th and 20th centuries, when archaeologists discovered this symbol across several ancient sites. The oldest known depiction dates back to Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, estimated to be over 11,000 years old. There, the motif is carved into massive stone pillars, evoking curiosity and mystery. In the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, particularly among the Assyrian and Sumerian civilizations, the handbag symbol is also prevalent. Some researchers believe these objects may represent the Banduddu, a ritual bucket carried by protective deities in Assyrian carvings, possibly used in ancient purification rituals. It often appears in reliefs and stone carvings, depicted in the hands of gods and kings, suggesting it may have symbolized power or divine knowledge. Across the Atlantic, similar motifs have been found in ancient Mesoamerican civilizations. Here, the bags are typically held by prominent figures, similar to their Middle Eastern counterparts, the Maori of New Zealand, whose cultural artifacts date back to the 13th century, also display this handbag motif in their carvings. This occurrence is particularly fascinating given New Zealand's geographical isolation. But here's where this stops being a coincidence. Because these carvings aren't just similar, they appear thousands of years apart, on continents that had no contact. And the biggest question isn't what they are, it's how the same symbol keeps appearing in civilizations that should never have known about each other. Scholars and historians have proposed various theories to explain the widespread occurrence of this motif. One interpretation suggests the handbag symbol represents a container of sacred knowledge or a cosmic symbol signifying the transfer of divine wisdom from gods to humans. This theory is supported by the motif's frequent association with mythological figures and its presence in religious and ceremonial contexts. Another hypothesis proposes the handbag could symbolize a mundane object of daily use, perhaps a tool or container for medicines or personal belongings. However, this explanation struggles to account for the symbol's prominence and consistent depiction across vastly different cultures. A more mysterious theory suggests the idea of an ancient shared global culture, or the influence of a lost advanced civilization. Proponents argue that the handbag motif's striking similarity across distant cultures hints at what may have once been a universal symbol, now lost to time. The artists who deemed these apparent handbags worthy of immortalizing in stone are long gone. However, clues about the truth behind the handbag motif mystery may still exist. And if you think the handbag mystery is strange, what comes next is even harder to explain. Because these same ancient cultures didn't just share symbols. They were also building massive stone monuments using techniques we still struggle to explain today. Megalithic constructions crafted by ancient hands and characterized by their use of massive stones represent some of the earliest large-scale architectural achievements. Monuments such as Stonehenge and numerous similar sites display striking resemblances despite being located on different continents and created by different cultures. These similarities have puzzled historians for centuries. In Europe, the most famous example is Stonehenge in England, dating back to around 3000 BCE. This prehistoric monument, composed of a ring of standing stones, each weighing around 25 tons, has become an icon of ancient engineering. Similarly, in France, the Carnac stones, a dense collection of over 3000 prehistoric standing stones, date back to around 4500 BCE. Moving beyond continental Europe, the island of Malta houses megalithic temples that are among the oldest freestanding structures on Earth, dating back to approximately 3600 BCE. In Africa, Napta Playa in southern Egypt, dating to the 5th millennium BCE, features megalithic structures believed to be among the world's earliest astronomical devices. In Asia, the enigmatic Plain of Jars in Laos dates back to the Iron Age and remains a source of archaeological curiosity. Similarly, the megalithic monuments in South India, such as menhirs and dolmens, date back to around 1000 BCE. It is evident that these ancient builders, despite being separated by vast oceans and continents, may have shared underlying construction principles and cultural motivations. A recurring theme is their architectural alignment with celestial bodies. From the solstice-aligned Stonehenge to the equinox-aligned megalithic temples of Malta, these structures demonstrate a widespread understanding of celestial movements, possibly for agricultural, religious, or timekeeping purposes. Moreover, their defining feature, the use of enormous stones, indicates a shared reverence for the permanence and strength of stone, alongside a remarkable ability to transport and manipulate large rocks using prehistoric technology. Many of these monuments also feature similar structural designs, such as stone circles, aligned standing stones, and dolmens, suggesting either a possible exchange of architectural ideas or parallel development. In the canvas of the night sky, the constellation of Orion stands as an ageless celestial marker that has intrigued humanity for millennia. A thread of mystery weaves through the ancient world, where megalithic structures, temples, and pyramids across diverse cultures appear to mirror the stars of Orion. This fascinating alignment raises profound questions about the knowledge and intentions of our ancestors. The Orion correlation theory, a term coined in the 1980s by researcher Robert Bauval, states that the layout of the three main pyramids of Giza aligns with the three belt stars of Orion. This theory proposes the pyramids were built around 10,500 BCE, roughly 8,000 years earlier than the scientific consensus, though these dates remain highly disputed. It is well known that the ancient Egyptians were keen observers of the night sky. For them, Orion held a special place in their cosmology, deeply connected to beliefs about the afterlife and rebirth. The constellation was associated with Osiris, the god of the underworld, resurrection, and regeneration. They believed that pharaohs, upon death, would become stars in Orion, joining Osiris in the celestial realm. Remarkably, the ancient Mexican site of Teotihuacan shows intriguing similarities. The layout of its pyramids has been argued by some researchers to reflect Orion's belt. Built between the 1st and 7th centuries CE, this complex demonstrates sophisticated astronomical understanding despite the vast distance separating it from Egypt. In China, the lesser-known Xi'an pyramids add another chapter to the global Orion theory. Some researchers claim these structures also reflect linear stellar alignments similar to Orion's belt. Critics, however, argue this may simply reflect the human tendency to see patterns where none exist. Some fringe theories use the Orion alignment to support claims of ancient aliens or lost civilizations with advanced technologies. Whether these connections are real or coincidental remains debated. But the strangest connection between ancient civilizations might not be symbols or monuments. It might be their memories. Because cultures separated by oceans all tell the same terrifying story: that the world ended once before. Mythology is also rich with stories of great floods. These narratives appear across multiple cultures, religions, and continents. One of the earliest recorded flood myths appears in the Epic of Gilgamesh. In this Mesopotamian story, the gods decide to flood the earth. Utnapishtim is warned and builds a vessel to survive, saving his family and animals. After the flood, he sends birds to search for land, a detail strikingly similar to the biblical Noah story. The biblical flood narrative in Genesis describes God flooding the earth due to human wickedness, with Noah instructed to build an ark and preserve life. The parallels between these stories suggest either cultural exchange or a shared origin. In Hindu mythology, the story of Manu tells of a great flood where the god Vishnu warns him to build a boat, allowing life to survive and regenerate afterward. Chinese mythology tells of Yu the Great, who controlled catastrophic floods through engineering rather than divine escape, presenting a unique interpretation focused on human intervention. Many indigenous American cultures also preserve flood myths. The Hopi speak of a destroyed previous world, while Inca traditions describe a flood sent by the god Viracocha. The widespread nature of these stories has led to numerous interpretations. Some scholars believe they may reflect real events, such as rising sea levels after the last ice age, around 10,000 BCE. Others believe they reflect universal psychological themes about destruction and rebirth. Fringe theories sometimes link these myths to lost advanced civilizations such as Atlantis. Whatever their origin, these stories share a powerful theme: survival, renewal, and the enduring human need to explain catastrophe. Maybe our ancestors knew far more than we think, and we've barely scratched the surface of what's still hidden. So which mystery hit you the hardest? The impossible handbags, the megalithic giants, Orion's celestial blueprints, or the global flood legends? Drop it in the comments right now. If you are ready for more classified cases the textbooks won't touch, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. A brand new file drops next week.